but last week in our industry was like the battle of the memes. It was awesome. It was actually very entertaining. I saw this meme early in the week. Everyone's a DJ until you take this away from them, their computer, which there's probably some truth to that. There's a lot of DJs nowadays that kind of break into our industry, and it's only because they have a laptop, and that's pretty much all they can do. Take that away, give them some turntables, and they'd be lost. And then a good friend of mine, Peter Mary, put up a meme. Everyone's a DJ until you hand them one of these, a microphone, which is pretty funny. And Peter is one of the best MCs and has one of the best voices I know in the industry, so he can certainly make that comment. I also saw this t-shirt, which basically says you can't be a DJ unless you scratch. So it was kind of like this battle of the memes last week. And I found it very entertaining. And I thought to myself, one of the great things about our industry is that the tent is big enough to fit us all in. You know what I mean? There are a number of great mixers and programmers in our industry who don't MC all that well, and they can be very successful. And there are a number of great MCs who maybe don't mix all that well, and they can be very successful as well. But so I was happy about that our industry is that inclusive, if you will. But I also thought to myself, let's focus, and I think if you really want to be successful in this industry, this should be your goal. Focus on what you do worst. And it's something that I did a number of years ago. I kind of took a step back and I looked at my own show and I looked at what I can do for clients. And I thought, well, I've got a pretty good voice and I think I can MC well. I think I can take the microphone and get a message across in pretty much any situation and communicate things well. And I think I'm a pretty good programmer. I've got a really logical brain and I've got a deep knowledge of music, so I'm pretty good at programming. But at that point I said the weakest part of my show is mixing music, is mixing, and specifically beat mixing music together. And so that's what I focused on. I really, first of all, I listened to a ton of podcasts and a ton of guys who put stuff out and mix, and I kind of broke it down and I listened to what they were doing, and then I practiced. I set my gear up and I practiced and I practiced and I practiced, and I got better at that. And I'm certainly no Jason Janai by any means at this point, but I think I've brought that level of my show up to closer to my emceeing skills than it ever was. So while I had fun with those memes last week, I think it's also brings out a point that if you are a phenomenal MC and maybe you lack some great mixing skills, then don't poo-poo the great mixers. And I'm not saying Peter Mary did this, but don't poo-poo them. Work on that part of your show. And if you're a great mixer and your MC skills aren't quite there, then take a microphone workshop. Take one of Randy Bartlett's workshops or my own and focus, or Mark Farrell's, and focus on getting better as an MC and bring your overall show up as much as possible. So that's my advice, and that's my video of the week. And in the meantime, man, more memes. I'm loving them.